I want to continue talking about pronouns and move on to indefinite pronouns as antecedents, because we've talked about how pronouns need to agree. So let's just recap a little bit. A personal pronoun must agree in number with the indefinite pronoun that is its antecedent. The thing about indefinite pronouns is sometimes it's hard to tell if they're singular or plural, so we're going to talk about that. Sometimes it's not obvious. There are a lot of singular indefinite pronouns, and I've made a list here for you. There's some that are plural, but then there's some on the far right side of the chart. Maybe they're singular and maybe they're plural. Those are the tricky ones, so those are the ones that we need to be careful about. Indefinite pronouns that end in one, body, or thing are always singular. And if you think about it, that does make sense. Any one, anybody, anything, those are going to be singular. You're going to use a singular pronoun to refer to a singular indefinite pronoun. Let's take a look at an example of that. Each myth has its own heroes and villains. Here we've got the singular indefinite pronoun each, and we're going to refer to it using the pronoun its. So we each have singular on both sides, and it's going to be in agreement. Then we have everyone has his or her favorite myth. Now everyone ends in one, so we know that's always going to be singular. Now his or her is going to refer back to everyone. Now his or her as a phrase is considered singular, so whenever you see that, you're talking about a singular pronoun, even though it's more than one word. If you have a plural pronoun that's indefinite, you're going to use a plural pronoun when you refer back to it. Let's look at an example of that. Both of the Viking chiefs have their loyal followers. So here we have their, that's plural, it's referring back to both, and that's plural. So we have agreement in this sentence. Our next example, only a few of us brought our mythology books along. Now our is a plural pronoun. It refers back to its antecedent, few, which is also plural. Then we get to indefinite pronouns that can be singular or plural. When you have one of these, you need to look at the sentence to figure out if the indefinite pronoun is being used in a singular way or in a plural way. Let's look at some examples and you'll see what I'm talking about. Look at the intervening prepositional phrase to help you decide if the pronoun is singular or plural. Now, intervening means it comes in between. So let's look at this sentence. None of the mythology has lost its appeal. Now, we have an intervening prepositional phrase, you can see it there in pink, of the mythology. The noun mythology that's in the intervening prepositional phrase is singular, so we're going to use the singular preposition its. So the way to tell if none is singular or plural is look at the noun that is in the prepositional phrase. Let's look at another one. We're going to do the very same thing. Most of the stories have their origins in tribal myths. We have a noun in our intervening prepositional phrase. It's stories. Stories is plural. And because that is plural, we're going to use the plural pronoun there. So that's a way to tell about that. If your personal pronouns and their indefinite antecedents don't agree, readers are going to find your writer confusing. They're not going to know what you're talking about, what you're referring to, and it's going to make your writing really hard to understand. You need to follow the guidelines that you learned in this video, and you'll be able to make your indefinite pronouns agree. Your writing is going to make a lot more sense.